Hey y'all, it's Christy. And last week I mentioned that I was going to conquer my summer schedule this year. Last year I felt like a chicken with my head cut off all summer long. I didn't have a routine. I didn't have a set schedule. And quite frankly, I was counting the days until school started again just so my family could get back in a routine. We work better in a routine. And because I work from home and I do Beachbody full time, I had to have a schedule this summer. I wanted my boys to know when I was going to work and when it was time for them to entertain themselves, and then when it was going to be time for me to be with them. And I thought the best way to do that was to create a calendar. On this calendar, I have all the camps they're in, anytime they're not going to be home, whether they're at my parents' for one of the weeks, and any slots of time when they're not there, that's part of my work hours. The other weeks, because we don't have a whole bunch going on, so the other weeks when they are home, I've designated time throughout the day where I'm working. For example, y'all are going to think I'm crazy, but I'm still getting up at 5 o'clock every morning, Monday through Friday, because that allows me to get my workout in, get my prayer time done, and even start doing a little bit of work before they really get up and move. My kids don't sleep super late, so they're usually up by 7 or 7:30, so that gives me a couple of hours to start my day. And then I have blocked off time from 8:30 to 10:30 in the morning, and then from 1 to 3 or 1:30 to 3:30, depending on the day. Some days are different. So I'm going to show you what I created. And then what I did was I printed out June, July, and August, and I taped them together. And I'm going to put them on the wall in my kitchen. It's not going to look pretty, but it's going to be where everybody can see what the schedule is and what is going on. And I feel like by doing this, we're going to be able to start the summer off right. Everybody's going to know what to expect. There's not going to be any surprises. Does it mean that my schedule won't change some? Of course not. There's going to be days where we decide to go do something that's not on the calendar, like go to Hawaiian Falls or go to my mom and dad's to go swimming or something like that. So if that's the case, then I'll juggle. That's the beauty of this business. I can juggle my time and I can work when I need to. And if I have to change the time here or there, then I just need to make sure I'm intentional about getting it done at another time during the day. So I'm going to share my screen with you so that you can see my calendar and kind of how I came up with this system. All right, so let me do that. All right, so this is my calendar. I know it's kind of busy, but I'm going to show you 1 week at a time because I really want you to see kind of how I did this. So this is our first week, right? The boys don't have anything this week. There's nothing going on this week other than we're just here. So these are my hours, and this is the only thing I've put on the calendar. The rest of it's kind of fly by the seat of our pants, whatever we want to do. But I'm going to work during these times. So on the calendar that I printed off, as you can see for this first week, it's just all mom work hours when I'm working. And it lets them know what's going on, okay? So let's pick another week because next week they are in Vacation Bible School. So let's see all right, so next week, see here it looks a little bit different. I'm still going to do the 5 to 7 a.m., but then they are in Bible school, Vacation Bible School, from 9 to 12:30. So guess what? That's going to be when I'm working. I'm going to work while they're at Vacation Bible School. So that's why those match up, okay? Those times match up. And then my goal is to be very intentional with that 3.5 hours and then have the afternoon to play with them and go do something or hang out around the house or whatever it is that we're going to do. So that's my plan. I carry this out through the rest of the month. The week of the 19th, we don't have anything, so those are my work hours. The last week of the month, they have swim lessons from 11 to 12, so that changes our morning a little bit. So I left the 8:30 to 10:30 the same, but then I altered and I start a little bit later in the afternoon because let's face it, I got to have time to make them lunch and get them settled and whatever. So that's kind of the plan for that week. And I went through my whole summer like this. Like this week, they're at golf camp, okay? The week of July 4th, we'll be at the lake that weekend. I take them to my mom and dad's on Monday night, the 4th. They're gone Tuesday through Friday. So guess what? I didn't write anything down here because my time is my time. I can get my work done anytime as much as I need to do without worrying about them because they're not going to be here. So that's why it's blank. So go through your calendar and really think about this stuff. Again, here's one more week I'll show you. The week of July 10th, they are in football camp, both of them together from 8:30 to 11:30. So because of that, that's when I'm going to work during that 3-hour span, okay? It really is only about 2.5 hours by the time I get them there and get home. I will still have afternoon work hours for about an hour, hour and a half. But again, it's on the calendar. Everyone's going to know what's going on. But when I can take advantage of times that they are at camp, then I'm going to make sure that I can spend time when they're not around to really focus. And then when they are around, I can focus more on them. Okay? So I hope that this helps. This is just kind of how I've done it. And then this is the calendars that I'm printing out for them. So everybody sees what's happening each month. I think it's going to be extremely helpful, and I'm hoping that it keeps us from me feeling frantic and from the boys going, Mommy, when are you going to be done? Mommy, what are you doing? I want them to know, because they both know that I am working towards big goals. They both know that this job is important to me and that Mommy has to work. And so I feel like by putting it on paper and really putting an example out there of what they can reference it and go, oh, nope, this is Mommy's work hours. We got to leave her alone. They can come ask me questions. If they want to go to a friend's house or walk across the street to a friend's house or something like that, that's totally fine. But they know I'm not getting up to talk about TV or take them somewhere during this time. This is Mommy's time. And I wanted to establish that from the beginning. And I feel like it's going to make the summer run way smoother. So I hope this helps. If y'all have any questions about this, let me know. I was using the Google Calendar. That's the tool that I use to set up my calendar, where I can color code and all kinds of stuff. So that's what I was using. You use whatever method works best for you. But y'all, I seriously and highly recommend you scheduling your time, letting your family know when you're going to work, especially if you are a stay-at-home mom and you have the kids at home now every day, all day long. It makes a huge difference. And if you don't schedule it, you're going to feel frantic and pulled and guilty, and all kinds of stuff's going to happen. And I can tell you from experience, it's not a fun way to feel. So hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.